welcome back to another Sammy B dirt bike video. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so nervous. There's so many webs on this thing. Maybe you should drive it more. Shut up. Today I will be yelling, apparently. Today I am talking about my TTR 125 LE dirt bike. So this video is going to be me just discussing the pros, the cons, not that there's any cons, honestly. And if you're thinking about getting this bike for yourself, your kid, a friend, you know, that sort of thing. I'll just be discussing things that I really like about this bike and why it is such a good fit for me and probably a lot of other people. Some basic information on my bike. It is I believe it's an 2006 TTR 125 LE dirt bike, Yamaha. This is a 5-speed manual bike. I don't know what I'm saying. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Fuck. What is the TTR, man? This video was just... It's been so long since I filmed. This is awkward. Oh. Oh my god, this video is a mess already. Hello there. Just trying to get some nice angles. Get my bike in there. Real nice. Alright, so what is a TTR 125 LE dirt bike? Yamaha. Alright, let's start with what is Yamaha? Yamaha is, in my opinion, the best brand name of dirt bike you can get for yourself. It is known for its reliability. It's, I would say, fair pricing. Parts are available and relatively cheap to get. So with Yamaha, you're not going to be replacing parts all the time. I mean, you guys have kind of seen for yourself. I leave my bike outside in the weather for every season, including winter. Yes, it's starting to sun fade. I do plan on putting it in the shed this year. I do want to start taking better care of my bike, but it has never let me down. It always starts, even, you know, not maintaining it as well as I should be, but there's been other priorities, so I know that's no excuse, but either way. A TTR is the model of the bike. 125 is the size of the engine. LE means it is electric start. Dirt bike is, well, a bike that you can drive on off-road trails. Maybe I'll add to that later. Why did I get this bike? So the reason why I got this bike, this size, was for a couple reasons. I wanted a dirt bike that I would feel comfortable riding. I am 5'2", and I wanted a dirt bike that I would feel comfortable riding on. And by that, I mostly mean it's not too heavy and my feet can comfortably touch the ground. You know, I don't want I don't want to be on my tiptoes, wiggling my feet, and then, you know, not being able to touch the ground. And I feel like you have a higher chance of being not in control of your ride, and that was really important to me to make sure that I'd feel comfortable riding. Another reason why I got this bike was the price. It was a used bike. I believe there were 2 owners before myself, so I bought this bike in cash with my savings account. So I got this bike maybe 4 years ago, and back then I think I got it for $1,600 Canadian. I thought it was fair price. I also got some free jerky at the house that I bought it at, so that was kind of cool. I understand I've been neglecting this bike for a while, but for someone who, I don't know where I'm going with that. The TTR 125 is a 4-stroke. 4-stroke? What does 4-stroke mean? What does 4-stroke mean? Brian! Alright, so a 4-stroke engine is number of cycles in an engine, obviously, right? So you got your intake, your compression, your ignition, and then your exhaust. Four strokes. Google it. Another reason why I got this bike was not only because my feet could comfortably touch the ground, but the seat is a little shorter. You'll see some dirt bikes where the seat is actually pretty high. This one's a shorter seat, so it is great for kids and short people like myself. I would say it's good for adults as well. I mean, Brian is like 6 feet and he can comfortably ride my bike. He looks a little weird on it, but still. So also apparently the LE, and LE stands for like the wheel. The front wheel is bigger than the back wheel, which you can't see, but apparently that's what it means. This video's very legit. So essentially, this bike is a great beginner bike. I would say if they can touch the ground comfortably, it's great for kids. Not being sexist or anything, but it's great for girls as well, because I was really scared to start out because let's face it, guys are a little more reckless, especially more reckless than me. And I just wanted something that I could ride with my bros with, and this is everything I needed. It was a good size, it's reliable, it's easy to start, especially with the electric start. You just hold down the button and start it up. It's that easy. If your battery's dead like mine, you can kickstart it as well, and that can be a little more difficult, but it is actually very easy to do on this bike. Kickstarting this bike is so easy. I personally struggle with it just because I feel like I have pretty nubby legs and I just feel like I suck at it. There is a video, you can go check out that video. I'll have a link up here for that, of me kickstarting my dirt bike. I left it for a year. I didn't drive it, I didn't touch it for a whole year, and I managed to kickstart it with a dead battery all by myself, and honestly I didn't think that I was going to get it to work. So that video kind of shows you that it is easy. I struggled in it, but that's just me. It's actually incredibly easy to kickstart this dirt bike, and it's great for kids, it's great for people who are beginners, who maybe struggle with that kind of thing, or it's great for pros who just want to rip around in a little bike. Speed and power. Speed and power. So as for speed, I think I've had a max speed on this bike of about 80 kilometers an hour. Honestly, you don't need to be going that fast in the trails anyways, and I wasn't on a trail at that time. I was on a straight paved trail, but in the actual off-roading trails in the bush, I don't tend to go that fast because what's the rush? I'm always safety first. So it's very important to be safe on these things, but they have a lot of power. It's great for dirt biking and sand. It can be a little tricky. It takes practice. It's something that is scary, but after 1 or 2 wipeouts, you realize it's not that bad. You wipe out and you just get back up. That's another thing about this bike. It's light. It's incredibly light. So if you do fall, it's easy to pick it up, and if it falls on your leg or something, you're more than likely going to be okay. It's fallen on me a few times and I've been okay every time, so that's important. This bike is incredibly comfortable to ride. I feel incredibly comfortable and in control of the ride the entire time. It's got great handling. Technically, I can let go of the handles, you know, ride without holding on, so it just kind of shows that it's not super squirrely or anything. It's very safe. I don't recommend riding without holding on to the handlebars. I'm just saying that, you know, if you had to, like when I would film myself riding with my phone and I have to have an itch on my neck or something, you know, I'm just saying, like, it's possible. Hey, piss off, wasp! One of the most important things I can say about riding a dirt bike is that practice absolutely takes time. And what? I can't even say practice makes perfect because there's no such thing as riding perfectly on a dirt bike. Every single day, every trail, the condition is going to be different. The weather is going to be different. But what I can say is I'm going to wait for this wind to die down. What I can say is I was always scared to ride on sand, and it is scary. I personally think riding on sand is kind of scary. It's tricky. I've wiped out quite a few times in the sand, and sometimes it hurts a little, sometimes it doesn't. Always wear a helmet, obviously. But I just gotta say that the more you ride, the more you practice, the easier it is and the less scary it is too. When I first got my bike, I was terrified to ride in sand. I also never wiped out before, so I kind of always wanted to know what it was like to wipe out on the bike just so I could have a feel for it, so I wasn't scared. I was just so scared I wanted to get it over with. Eventually, I was on some sand going around a corner. I lost a little bit of control and I wiped out. Luckily, I had my helmet on and it wasn't as bad of a wipeout as it could have been. It hurt, but it wasn't bad. I never broke a bone or anything. And once I finally got that first initial wipeout over and out of the way, I felt more confident and I knew what to expect. The more you wipe out, the more you know how to kind of control it. It's kind of hard to explain. I mean, every wipeout is going to be different, but you just kind of learn how to control your bike. Throughout the year, obviously going from being a complete beginner, having my first dirt bike, never riding a dirt bike before, only tiny little 50cc mini bikes. This was a huge step up for me. So over the summer of owning my first dirt bike, I went from absolutely terrified of sand to riding in sand very comfortably and taking jumps, which I never thought that I'd be able to do. But by the end of that first riding year, which where I live in northern Canada is very short. We don't have much of the year to ride dirt bikes. 4 months of riding, honestly, that's not true. You could probably ride a lot more than that. It just might be cold. In about 4 months, I was able to take a jump, actually jump my dirt bike, kind of drive in sand and not think about it. It was more natural. It was easier to handle. I wasn't as scared of it. And it was so worth it. After the winter, the next spring, the next riding season, it was almost like I lost all of that skill and it was back to square one and I had to relearn what it was like riding in sand, getting comfortable with it again. And then by the end of that year, I was even better than I was the year before. Then the year after that, I wasn't as bad the next starting season. And so you see how it just kind of works its way up to just be a better rider. Every year you're going to be a better rider because you learn more, but as long as you keep with it. I have not been riding, so to ride in sand would be scary. However, I am not asking for money, but what I plan on doing with any little bit of YouTube profit that I make off any of my videos thus far, I am putting in a savings account and I am saving up to get a head cam so I'm able to make you guys more and better quality dirt bike videos. Every time somebody sends me money for my videos, I actually cry because to have my videos mean something to someone is just, it makes it worth it. And that money will be put 100% toward a helmet cam so that I'm able to make these videos for you, because holding my cell phone or bringing my camcorder is just, it's not safe, it's really hard to do, and it's really shit quality videos. So for this one person who requested a dirt bike video, I haven't had a chance to ride it, change the oil yet, change the air filter, or change the battery. So I haven't been able to do a riding video, but I thought I would at least post this video. This video is inspired by that person. Thank you for the push to start making more dirt bike videos. Okay, so let's talk about dirt bike gear. And I will be doing a video on dirt biking outfits. Keep a lookout for that video. So today I'm just going to be kind of summing up the kind of equipment and outfits and gear you're going to want to have while dirt biking. Number one, we'll start with the most important thing, which is a helmet. So I have a dirt bike helmet here. It is, what is it? I don't even know what brand it is. Does it even matter? I mean, it does. It's a kid's helmet, honestly. It's a large, so it's a kid's helmet. This is what my helmet looks like. It's got the visor here to help block out the sun. I have some Metal Militia goggles here. They're clear, which I don't really like tinted just because I like to be able to fully see the beautiful scenery. I like to see like the colorful leaves, and I don't really want like a tinted look. And then they also have the little nubs here so you can peel off your your visor, your sunglass shield. What am I saying? So if you get mud, you can just peel it off and then put a new one on. And then that just kind of keeps your glasses from scratching and make them last longer. But as I've already mentioned, I've been not taking care of this stuff as well as I should be. And I already know that. Just there's other priorities and there's no excuse. I know. But this is my helmet, and then this is how it does up. So then this is how it does up. You just put this strap around your chin. Put the strap around the chin through the hoops, loop it back, clip it in, and you are done. So this is my helmet. It's lasted me since I've gotten my dirt bike. It's always important to have a helmet, so always have a helmet. The next item and gear that I want to mention is clothing. Today I have my dirt bike shirt on. This is one of my dirt biking motocross shirts. It's Fox, as well as my hat. It's a motocross brand, and I really like this one. It's lightweight, the sleeves are breathable, and it's kind of longer in the back so that my ass doesn't hang out while I'm dirt biking and I don't get like sand and shit blowing up in my shirt. But this is what the shirt looks like. And then this is what the back looks like. And it's really cute colors. So for me, it's important to have something that's warm and breathable. And this shirt is, I like wearing long sleeve shirts because I don't get like bugs hitting my shoulders and my arms while I'm riding. And then something a little longer as well to cover my back and my ass, as I already mentioned. Why? I feel like it would also be better to have something that covers your chest area. This one is open. So this one's probably more for hot days like today when you just want something a little bit more breathable. But I like when the necklines just go up straight to your neck, because then you don't get like bugs and shit going down in here, because that has happened more than once and it's gross and scary, and you can lose control of your bike by freaking out over bugs, so don't. As for pants, I typically wear jeans, but since I've recently gained a bit of weight, I don't really fit my jeans right now. This is a good example of something comfortable and stretchy to wear. For me, being comfortable while riding, as well as being able to use my full range of motion, is very important to me, because I'm able to be and feel more in control of the ride. So for me, that means being able to lift my legs up super high, bending, whereas jeans, I feel it can be kind of restrictive in lifting your legs a little bit. But these leggings are breathable yet thick enough to be able to be comfortable on a hot day. And one of the main things for me is, one, I don't like to ride alone. I think it's important to have somebody with you in case you wipe out, you get knocked out, something happens, you never know. Especially where I am, it's so remote where I live that nobody would come across me for hours. And you know, those initial moments of, you know, being knocked out or needing medical attention can be crucial. So personally, I think it's always important to ride with a partner, but it is okay to ride alone. Just be careful. Those times that I do sometimes ride alone, I always bring my cell phone, just in case something happens. You never know, maybe the bike will break down. Not if you have a Yamaha. Knock on wood. Either way, I always bring a cell phone, and I just find it so hard to carry a cell phone on me while I'm riding my dirt bike, especially with jeans. It's just, I'm always checking, making sure my phone's still on me. But these pants are perfect because they have these massive pockets on the side that I can just slip my phone into. And I haven't tested these out on my bike yet, but I don't think my phone would fall out. I might want to get like a zip kind so that I don't have to worry about losing my phone. But these are great because then I can just have my phone, my lip chap, and I'm good to ride. As for boots, I don't have a good set or a good pair of dirt biking boots yet. You want something that goes over your ankle so that you can protect your ankle from rolling it, spraining it, twisting it, that kind of thing. If you wipe out, or anything can happen. So it's very important to protect yourself. So I don't have a set of boots yet. That is something that is on my list of things to get in the future. But right now I just use my, typically my Nikes, my Nike pair of shoes. I have a pair of high tops that I kind of use. I just use those for riding for right now. But to get a pair of a proper set of boots would probably be best. I'm also wearing a pair of rubber boots today, which honestly would probably be fine, but it would be incredibly hot to ride in rubber boots. Do's and don'ts: do not wear flip-flops, anything bare-toed, probably nothing that's under the ankle as for shoe-wise, but nothing too hot, like a huge pair of winter boots. That just doesn't make sense. It would be hard to shift. Another don't wear super loose, baggy clothing, such as pants. I had a pair, I still have a pair of some loose pants at the bottom, and they actually melted on my engine or something. I was riding and I realized my leg was starting to get hot, and I realized that I was burning my pants on my bike. So that was a kind of don't. Another tip, if you do have baggy pants, is to stuff them in your sock, tuck them, and your shoe as well. Tank tops are probably a no-no. Again, because you might get like bugs flying at you depending on how fast you're going, and it hurts. It really hurts. So it's nice to have a little layer of protection. Even t-shirts can be so-so to ride in my opinion, but on days that is super hot, these can be a little bit uncomfortable, which is why you want to get something breathable. And on days that is really cold, I like to wear just a bunny hug. And again, I'll be showing these outfits in my dirt bike outfit video for you guys, but this is just kind of a sneak peek, kind of quick tips to show you guys, to tell you guys what to wear. I don't know. Maybe something that zips. That's not a bad idea either. I like to have pockets that zip so that I can bring certain things with me. Ideally, I'd like to have a spot on my bike for like a water bottle, because it's important to stay hydrated as well. It's very, very good on fuel, on gas. So this just takes premium fuel. You don't have to run premium fuel, but on small engines, that's just recommended so you can keep everything cleaner. So I run this thing on premium fuel, and I pretty much just have, well, I guess I don't run it often. As you guys know, I don't ride it much, unfortunately. I used to. Man, I barely ever top this up. But when I was riding it every day after work, when I first got it, and on weekends, I would probably go through 4 or 5 full tanks of gas per season. We would go for hours and hours and out in the bush. I don't even know, like 20K, 40K, 60K a day. I don't really know. I'm totally ballparking this. I guess what I'm trying to say is this bike is incredibly good on fuel. Right now, I pretty much just buy half a tank per season. Again, I don't ride it much, but it is so good on fuel. So it also makes it cheap to ride because you're not constantly filling it up with fuel. Also, I'm lucky enough to be living in a place, as you can see, that isn't in the city. So I don't need to load my bike, drive somewhere, and then go riding. I can just leave from my house. So grateful for that, which is why I should really take advantage of riding my bike out here. If you live in a place where you need to transport it to a place to ride, this bike is so light. It's so easy to roll on a truck and go. So that's another advantage of this bike. It's small enough that you can easily pack it up and go. Owning a dirt bike is just kind of a whole different experience. You're able to go places where you would normally maybe can't. For me, taking my bike on trails that I've never explored before is a bonus because I love exploring, I love nature, I love seeing what this planet has to offer. Going on trails, I could walk them or I could take my dirt bike and it would be a lot quicker to explore what trails are out here where I live and to see the world. So for me, dirt biking has a lot to do with exploring and just having fun and being safe. So if you're gonna go on a longer trip, I would recommend bringing like a backpack and then having like some water, maybe a few snacks in there, a lighter, have a little fire out in the bush. You know, it's just such a good time, honestly. Like, I really, really need to ride this thing more. Follow your own rules. One of my rules is absolutely, and this is just common sense, 0 alcohol tolerance on my dirt bike. Not even 1 drink. I know a lot of people will have like 1 beer. Even for me, that's just too much. I want to be fully functional on my bike. So that is one of my #1 rules. Always wear a helmet. I've definitely wiped out in the past where I'm very grateful that I had a helmet. So that's always kind of taught me like you never know when you're gonna need it. Well guys, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover in today's video for talking about my dirt bike. All in all, I highly recommend getting a dirt bike if this is something that you're interested in trying. I hope that it gave you a little bit of clarity as to what you're getting into, if this is something that you are considering picking up as a hobby, or maybe want to get your kids. It's a great beginner's dirt bike, first bike for anyone, really. It's reliable. It's fast. It's not slow by any means. I'm able to keep up with like friends. There's like a spider on it and I just can't. Oh my god. Oh, it's looking at me! I hope this video was helpful and hopefully it gave you guys a little bit of information on the Yamaha TTR 125 LE dirt bike. To sum it up, it's been an amazing bike. I highly recommend this dirt bike for beginners, for intermediates and experienced drivers as well. It's cheap to run, cheap to repair. I haven't even had to repair anything on it. It's just an overall amazing bike. 10 out of 10, I recommend this dirt bike. It's a really nice color as well. It's incredibly reliable. It's stress-free. It's essentially maintenance-free. You know, just make sure you follow my mechanic tips. See up here on how to change your oil. There'll be more videos in the future on how to change your battery, or I guess I have a video on how to change your battery as well. How to change your air filter. There's tons of videos that I have planned, as well as riding as well. So go out there, have some fun, check out some new trails, and I'll see you guys in the next video.